Hello and welcome to Retrotainment. As you can see, we have a bit of a larger cast here than usual. One returning guest in Rob, who was here for last year's Christmas special, and a new face in Tom, who's an avid listener, works with Greg. So each of the boys have a bit of a tie, so there'll be no claims to favoritism here. And
good guy Ted is back.
Yeah, good guy Ted's back. That's my old moniker. We're here for the Christmas special. And similar to last year, we're going to go with an action style film for Christmas. We've given the boys Lethal Weapon. How are you feeling about that, lads?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah,
it was an awkward one. I thought, there's only like 3 cast members really that you kind of pay attention to in the movie, so
yeah.
just to clarify, it is just the first one, so we don't have Joe Pesci in this one.
I had a great one for Joe Pesci.
Who was it?
It's your man from what's that program?
He has nobody.
He's always sunny in Philadelphia, the small little fella.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
No, the younger guy.
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day. I was going to say, I don't think Danny DeVito fits in as Joe.
I'll tell you what, if we had Joe Pesci on this, you'd have got a point off me because that's who I had down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, as I said, we don't have that.
Jack Black in for the crack.
You got a point for me. I actually changed my pick. You've robbed the point now.
I do like Jack Black. But we'll get the lads started here. Obviously, Lethal Weapon, 1987. As Greg said, we're just doing the first one, so we just have to base everything off just the first one, whether there's a recurring role or anything like that. I don't know. Do either of you want to go first, or?
Well, we have a returning Christmas champ.
Champ go first, bro.
Yeah, we'll let the previous Christmas champion go first. So, Rob, we'll start you off with Trish, I suppose. Probably the smallest character in this.
Yeah, well, I thought, thinking that she may have a recurring role, and she became a bigger character in the later movies. So I went with Lupita Nyong'o.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Thought she'd be, she'd carry it off, especially when you hear who Roger Moore is. She'd go well.
Okay.
Okay.
And Tom?
Yeah, I was obviously with age, I was trying to kind of go mid-40s kind of age, late 40s.
Yeah.
So I went with Naomi Harris.
Show.
Yeah, that is a good show.
So, I had a couple of other possibilities, but that's one I kind of went with. Yeah.
Give us your other backups there. Go on, we'll see who you had.
I had Zoe Saldana, but she was a little bit younger, so she was like 43, 44, something like that. But,
is she that age, is she?
Yeah.
Jesus, didn't think she was that.
Well, we've seen the Peter in the likes of Us, where she had 2 kids around the same age as Mortau's kids are in the first movie. So
yeah,
I gotta stop you there. Anything with Jordan Peele is never gonna get any love from me. I fucking hate the man.
Really?
Greg hates him, yeah.
He's the most overrated director I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm not. I always liked his films. What do you think was pretty good?
Get Out was pretty good.
I think that
it was 2 hours of dribble.
I think his films are very good up to
the last. Nope was terrible, but
yeah.
It was horrendous. Everyone told me I swore I wouldn't watch it, and everyone said to me it's not like a Jordan Peele movie. So I said, "Fuck it, I'll give it a go."
Very good.
I really, really wanted to just go in and cut my eyes out with a knife.
It wasn't too bad up until he got to like the final third. Then it was just really bad. But let's not get too sidetracked by Jordan Peele. Greg, wait, which way are you going to go this?
You got me, did you?
Yeah, you go first, Greg.
So as always for the guest episodes, me and the lads will we'll gather a list together and compile one that's for the three of us. But I'll give you my pick. My pick was Halle Berry.
Which is the one
Yeah,
we settled
we all
on
kind of
between the
decided
three
to
of
go
us.
for
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. Halle. Old Halle.
I think a bit of a name.
Halle's always good.
Yeah.
Can't say no to Halle. Never say no to Halle. But I was just going with, like, you know, someone newer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Naomi Harris. I think Lupita's a bit too young. No, actually, I should have looked up how old she was first before I said that.
Yeah, just need to double check her age, actually. Yeah.
Lupita is 39 and Naomi Harris is 46.
Oh, well,
there's not a huge difference.
I would be more inclined to go
with. Shouldn't be a big thing in this, really, you know, because it depends on.
I think Murtaugh's supposed to be 50, isn't it? So
he's 53.
No.
He's a year and a half away from retiring.
No, he's 50 in the weapon because his 50th birthday at start.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, in the first one he's 50. Yeah. Now she's retired in the first one.
They kind of hint at it. I think that she might be near his age, but
she's retired in the first one.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's just because at the time it was made that, you know, women retired when they got married, sort of thing. So.
Yeah, it's true.
I'd be more inclined, surely because of how fragile she is in the first one, and I've only ever seen sort of Lupita in sort of strong badass roles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Naomi Harris on this one.
Carl?
Yeah, I love Lupita. I genuinely think she's a great actress, but
fantastic actress.
Like, she's a phenomenal actress, but I'm gonna have to go for Naomi Harris on this pick.
Okay. Unfortunately, Rob, that's a clean sweep to Tom on this one. I'd be the same as Greg. I always view Lupita as a very strong character, and I know the character grows stronger in the later films, but unfortunately we're sticking with just the first film for this, so I have to base it off what the character's like in the first film, and she's just very timid. I can't.
It's also the same point we brought up for the dodgeball episode.
At all, she's hardly in it.
Yeah, exactly. She's not in it a whole lot either. Yeah. So Tom takes that first point.
Yeah, Lupita's star is just too big at the moment.
Yeah. We'll move on to the second one. I guess the general is probably the next.
Yeah.
The next one really to go with. So Tom, who do you have?
Maybe Hunsaker as well.
Hunsaker.
Yeah, I think Hunsaker would be the smallest one then.
Yeah, it says.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with Hunsaker then, Tom, if you want to go with, let us know who you had there.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure about this one. This was the last one I changed. I kept changing it. So I had a couple of backups. I had Jeremy Piven. Just came into my head. So someone that's well known, but not
huge.
Yeah, kind of a character actor, kind of way. You want someone that's not going to be in it for that long. They're not going to be in it that long. Well, I went with Aaron Eckhart, kind of similar age. I just thought someone it's not a huge part, but it's someone that's not really in much at the moment. It's not really.
Was his last big role Dark Knight?
Well, I can't remember the last thing he was in, to be honest.
Well, no.
I Frankenstein, I think, was his last thing I saw him in.
That was awful.
Was he terrible. Was he not in those London Has Fallen?
London Has Fallen and stuff,
and whatever the third one was.
They were like, what, 6-7 years ago? Probably?
Oh, yeah, no, they're a couple of years ago. I think they might be.
Fallen, yeah.
Yeah, he's similar age, though. I think he's 53. The character, I'm presuming, is around 50, mid-50s, so that's...
Yeah, no.
It's a strange one when the bad guy, the main bad guy's henchman is a bigger character than the main bad guy.
Yeah. No, I like Aaron Eckhart. Now, that's one I don't think we've used before anywhere. That's a good shout. Yeah.
No, that's a new one.
That's a first.
Yeah. Rob, who have you got here?
He picked John Hamm.
Oh, I do like John Hamm.
Hamm, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you're right. I always say John Hamm, but I'm not sure if that's correct. I'm not sure if I'm correct.
I really liked him in Maverick. I thought he reminded me of a character from that role, in Maverick. That's a good point.
I do like John Hamm.
Yeah, we'll go to you first here, Carl, if you want to give the pick we settled on anyway.
Yeah, so like we weren't going with a big name at all, really, or a well-known name, but someone that you could forget in an instant. So we kind of went with Anthony Michael Hall for this role.
Dexter, is it?
No, Brian.
No.
Isn't it?
Is Anthony Michael Hall?
Anthony Michael Hall.
He was Brian in Breakfast Club. He went on to be in the new Halloween and stuff.
Yeah, like he's never really the big name in anything. He's just kind of always just there.
The blonde guy, is it, from Breakfast Club with the curly hair?
Yeah.
He went on to. He was the leader of the mob in the second last Halloween and stuff.
Yeah.
Halloween, or he dies tonight.
Yeah, he does die tonight.
Yeah. Whoa! We don't do spoilers here.
That's the tagline, so it's okay.
Yeah. Evil dies tonight.
Okay, evil dies tonight. That was it. Yeah. I like to pick a John Hamm there. I'm gonna vote John Hamm.
Okay.
It's gonna be 1-1 here.
You're gonna go with John Hamm.
Yeah.
You're going John Hamm. I was actually gonna go Aaron Eckhart. I really like that Aaron Eckhart bit. I hadn't thought of him for anything for ages.
I had Matt LeBlanc in there. Just saying.
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc.
He's only in it for a couple of minutes.
No. That's awful, Greg.
I mean, I literally went for a name. He doesn't do anything. He gets shot in his first scene.
No.
He's not. He's in 2 or 3 scenes.
He's in a couple of scenes. Yeah.
He's not in much, though. You're right.
No, he isn't in it much. No, that's fair enough. We level it up there then.
Come on.
So we're back to Robbie here, and it is the general here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. If either of you get who we have chosen for the general, it's just hands down, you win already.
Yeah, you'll be doing well.
I'm going completely left the field for the general. I haven't watched the movie in so long. I mean, I tried to get it in before this, but so I'm just kind of going on memory. So I don't think it's supposed to be any kind of a, he's not racist in any way or anything else. So
nope.
There's nothing like that going on in the movie. So I actually picked Jeffrey Wright to play the general. Oh, he's such a great actor. He could pull off anything.
Yeah, that is a good one.
It was a bit different, but this guy can do anything.
No, that is a good shout.
That's a good pick.
Tom, who have you got?
Yeah, I'll give you my backups. I had a couple of backups.
Yeah.
I had Ben Mendelsohn. He's in, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had Jason Isaacs.
Always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I went with, I don't know if you've used him before, actually. I went with Danny Houston.
Don't think we've used Danny Houston.
I'm bringing out the big guns here.
Oh, yeah. No, Danny Houston, yeah. I just thought I've seen him in a lot of stuff, kind of similar.
He's one I always used to mix up Timmy the Oliphant with. I was like, Jesus, Oliphant got old.
Yeah, so we kind of had a bit of a discussion on this one, and it was actually Carl that brought this one forward in the end. We went with Christopher McDonald, who is probably most well known for being Shooter McGavin. Not a huge name, but kind of, you could believe he was a general in the army that then decided, you know what, we'll make a little money on the side and we'll import a lot of drugs on the side. Yeah, you could see Shooter doing that sort of thing.
The likes of Jeffrey Wright, you throw a bit of grey in his hair and it ages him. So he.
Jeffrey Wright's not.
Yeah. And it takes it all away. So he kind of played a very similar role in James Bond.
Oh yeah, no, he's not young either. Jeffrey Wright's in he must be nearly 60 now at this point.
Yeah,
not like he's a young man. He's a good actor.
He's bounced around quite a good few franchises too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. I'm going to go with Danny Houston. Just mainly because I think Jeffrey Wright is maybe a little bit too big of a star just at the moment, having just come out of the Batman. It seems like his star is on the rise again. whereas I don't think Danny Houston's is really on the rise, and it's quite a small role as well.
He does play good bad guy, Danny Houston, if you've seen him and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, he has. Jeffrey Wright would actually be, and it's not I hadn't even thought of him, but he could actually have been a good shout for Murtaugh, to be honest.
Yeah, I was thinking that there too.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with
show for a minute. We need to make a substitution.
I'm gonna go with Danny Houston there.
Greg?
Sherlock or Greg, whichever one.
Yeah, I'll go. Danny Houston was phenomenal in 30 Days a Night as one of the bad guys. So good. That's going to get my pick all day, every day.
So this is Strider, isn't it? Striker from X-Men.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Yeah. Okay, now I know what you mean.
Yeah, Danny Houston's getting my vote here. It's another first on the show.
Yeah.
Is he the first?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't used him before.
Tom's bringing out the big guns to swing here.
He is. Which way would you have gone, Carl?
I'd have gone for Jeffrey Wright there.
Okay.
I think is out left field pick, but you know, if you were in X-Men Wolverine, you do deserve some points knocked off you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Wright put in some stinkers as well.
Not as bad as X-Men Wolverine.
That X-Men Wolverine was pretty bad. I will say that, but I won't hold that too much. I think Danny Houston played his role very well as Striker in it, so I won't hold that against him. Right. Next smallest.
It's got to be
Tracy, doesn't it?
Rihanna, is it?
Rihanna is the daughter, yeah.
No, that's not who you sent me. Joshua.
Yeah, no, Joshua, and then Rihanna is the daughter.
Okay, but I wasn't given Rihanna, so I haven't even thought of Rihanna.
Who did Carl send you?
No, you never sent me Rihanna. You sent me the first.
You got 7. You got 7.
I got 6.
Carl.
So go, give me a minute.
All right, we'll go with Joshua then for the moment, just because it gives Rob a bit of time to think.
Fuck's sake, Carl, you had one job.
Give the man one job.
I'm double checking here now.
Well, you double check, and we'll go with Joshua for the moment. And
can't wait for him to actually send it.
back to Tom for the first pick for Joshua. Anyway.
Okay, the first person that entered my mind for this one was Michael Shannon.
It's a decent show. He is a favorite on this show.
My head, like I had Ben Foster, and Michael Shannon's just a big guy, and I just thought, you know.
I don't think Ben Foster would have done you any favors there.
Cycling
I like
goalkeeper.
Ben Foster.
Yeah, I think Ben Foster might be a better pick than Michael Shannon. I think Michael Shannon's too big for it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Ben Foster's a skinny little whippy.
Which Ben Foster are you thinking about?
The one from 30 Days a Night?
No, he's in
you
that
do realize how old that movie is.
Yeah.
he is a bit bigger than that now, to be fair, Greg. He's gotten a bit
I
bigger.
haven't actually seen him in that lately. Anytime I've ever seen him in anything, he's been skinny and
he's not really skinny anymore. He has put on a bit of bulk, but I mean Busey's not huge either. Ben
Foster is like what? Bohemian Rhapsody. The drummer.
To Hell or High Water or Hustle. He was in recently. He was in 310 to Yuma.
He's always like a nasty little bastard. Isn't he?
Yeah, he is always a nasty. little bastard.
Hold on, lads. You're taking the piss. This is going back to that fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson playing a drunk. There's a late pick. He's fucking tiny, lads. There's no way he's playing Joshua.
It doesn't matter. I went with Michael Shannon. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he didn't go with that in the end anyway. But
Michael Shannon.
I will say Busey wasn't a big guy either, so it's not like
he was huge
though. But he was built, I suppose, at the time.
Yeah. Well, we go to you, Rob. Who did you have for your?
I actually went for Alexander Skarsgård.
Dude.
You know, big blonde guy. You know, he's supposed to look like a fucking part of the Aryan race. You know, he's a big, strong looking.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Alex
We'll go
Skarsgård
to
is massive at the minute, isn't he?
we'll
Yeah.
go back to you, Greg, first.
Gary Busey was probably the second biggest name in the movie. You know, Mel Gibson wasn't even that big at the time.
He came off the back of Mad Max and stuff.
Yeah, he'd done the Mad Maxes and all by then. I'd say he was probably the third. I'd say it was Glover.
It wasn't massive, probably. What did he do? Colour Purple or
I
something?
remember going to see it, lads, and like I had no idea who Danny Glover was. He was a new actor to me at the time. Mel Gibson I knew from Mad Max, but Busey, knew Busey.
The Buse was in everything.
You know,
Had the Buse come off the back of Under Siege and stuff going into this, hadn't he?
No, it was before all that.
no, it was before that.
Was this before Under Siege, was it?
The Siege, but
He's not the easiest guy to recast. We've had the challenge of recasting Busey before.
Yeah, he is. He's a tough recast.
one off, isn't he?
Can anyone remember who we cast him as?
Did you do
Point Break.
It was in Point Break we had to recast him. Yeah,
Gary Busey wasn't in Point Break.
He was.
Yes, he was.
he was.
Did you win that one, Greg? Did you?
Oh, he fucking
No, I didn't. That was the
because he didn't know
that
who
was
Gary
the
Busey was.
consensus pick of Tom Holland holding down who did you pick
What?
for Point Break? You argued the point that someone holding Chris Hemsworth down. You had Tom Holland holding someone just as big down.
Yeah, I can't remember, but that didn't
I
matter
can't
because I'd already
remember.
won.
So
Anyway,
yeah, Gary Busey was the cop in it, wasn't he? Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah,
Rob.
he was
Who did you
perfect.
have for Joshua there?
Who did I have?
Yeah,
I had David Harbour.
I nearly had him.
I had Charlie Hunnam. I had Colin Farrell. I had Tom Hardy as names that I was floating around. But I think David Harbour plays that big guy quite well, and then obviously coming off the back of Violent Night, he's going to play that intimidating role a bit better now.
Dying to see that movie. I might try and go on Thursday.
it is quite good. I went to see it there. Collectively, we settled
We
on.
decided to go different than David
Yeah.
Harbour there altogether.
We
We
went
went
with
with Anthony Starr,
from The Boys.
Homelander.
Yeah, not a
Like-
huge name, but you know,
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I could see that.
He has the crazy eyes.
does have the crazy eyes. We'll go with Greg first. Which one are you going to go with?
Do you know what? Michael Shannon's now a favourite of mine, but Alex Skarsgård's taking this one.
Yeah, that's just the right pick.
Yeah,
I like watching him in the Northman this year. I had the Northman as number one. I thought it'd be near impossible to knock it off for me this year.
Well,
I fucking loved it.
I liked it. Didn't think it was. It wasn't as good as I hoped it was
No.
going to be. Put it that way. But I did enjoy it.
Oh, I thought it was Gladiator crossed with Vikings. It was great.
Great ending.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's a clean sweep then on Skarsgård taking that one.
It's not often Michael Shannon gets clean swept in this.
It's not. No, he is
True.
a firm favorite here usually. Normally, we'll have to go Rianne here. So I don't know, Rob, have you thought up somebody for that? Unfortunately,
But without access to my phone, I can't tell you her name. But I'll tell you who she plays. You'll know her. She's in This Is Us, the girl who plays Deja.
Okay. Yeah, she's good. I don't think the lads have watched This Is Us.
no, I haven't.
But I have. She is a very good actress.
Lyric Ross.
No, I think it's Suzanne Watson. Is it? Is that the one you're thinking of?
No, it's not Suzanne Watson. It's Lyric Ross.
Lyric Ross. Okay.
Fuck you, Ted.
I didn't know which one you think. There's, could have been any of them.
Yeah, she's a good choice. Lyric Ross is a good choice. She is a good actress.
Okay, and Tom.
Yeah, this is hard.
Yeah.
My browser doesn't look good after this. In work, fucking young black actresses are coming up.
I see a HR call coming soon.
Yeah, I'd seen that film Beast recently. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I went with the older girl, Ivana Haley.
Yeah.
So I went with her. She's kind of, I don't know, she's late 20s, mid 20s, but
Yeah, no, that's a decent show.
Yeah, I don't know the girl you're on about there, Tom. So I'll have to go with Lyra Cross just because I don't know her.
Well, I'll give you the pick that we
And I'm
settled
sure
on.
the other, yeah.
I'll give you the
Go
pick
on,
we
sorry.
settled on was Kiana Madeira, who the only thing she's really been in is the Fear Streets. So the 3 Fear Street films that were released on Netflix.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, she was very good in them. And that's kind of the way we were thinking here. Someone with not a huge name. Greg had put forward Zendaya, who would be good, but unfortunately, if you think this is a once-off, and it's not going to be a franchise, Zendaya is probably too big a name there. So
yeah, I'd put forward Marseille Martin.
Yeah.
As well, she was in Blackish, the TV show Blackish, and she wrote her own film Little, as well, with Taraji P. Henson in it as well.
I think if we were going with the whole franchise, Zendaya is probably arguably the easy right pick.
Probably too big.
Yeah, maybe even still too big.
Should be too big.
Franchise. She's not big in the. She's not much. She's not in the.
Oh no, yeah, she's in the second one, and then she's gone because she has a baby.
Yeah. Which way would you go for this one, Greg?
I haven't a clue who Lyric Ross is. I just had a quick look on the IMDb, and I haven't seen anything, not one thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm also the same. I know the girl from Beast because I've seen Beast, but I haven't seen This Is Us. Yeah, Beast was all right. Yeah, it was pretty good. But I haven't seen This Is Us, so I don't know who Lyric Ross is.
That may actually be the first time that's happened.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it is a difficult one.
Yeah, especially for you there, having not had it, Carl.
I look at the image again that I sent you. You got the image with the 7 names.
Listen, we're more
that's unfortunate. That's actually happened a couple of times now where someone's had to go on the spot.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that one goes to Tom just based on.
Yeah.
Sadly, none of us know both actors.
That's never happened.
Yeah, so 2 of us know your one, Tom, so you win. As bit of a lucky one there.
English language.
Yeah, default. But we get down to the last 2 here. I don't know which way you boys want to go. Is it Riggs or Murta? That's the real hero.
I think Riggs is last.
Yeah, let's go with Riggs last.
Riggs last. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Murta, and it's yourself first there, Tom.
Yeah. It's a tricky one, but I decided to go kind of older on it, you know. No, I know Danny Glover was like 39 or something, but I thought I'd go for the proper age.
It's fucking ridiculous how old he looks.
He looks so old.
Yeah, but he was playing a 50-year-old, so I mean.
Yeah, no, he worked.
Poor lad. Poor lad.
So I went with Idris Elba. So
yeah, good shout.
Idris, yeah.
And Rob?
Well, I want to get somebody who'd be good at his good monologues and freaking out, you know, because he freaks out a lot.
He does. Loves freaking out.
So I went with Chetuel Ejiofor.
It's a good show.
Chetuel is good.
2 British actors as well.
Yeah.
We've used Chetuel quite a bit.
He has, yeah. He became a bit of a favourite there quite recently.
For a while.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be an issue.
No, it's not an issue. We're just saying that he has become a bit of a favourite to be used quite a lot.
I think they're both good with the accents as well, aren't they? So
yeah, no, they both of them can play the American accent easily. There was a couple of names batted around here when we were kind of deciding on this. So there was Will Smith, who again isn't our favourite, but was kind of put to the side because,
like, you know, in a later issue he could be with Chris Rock, and you can't have
Yeah,
that.
we don't really know. Yeah, so we were kind of like,
Well,
oh,
we looked this up. So he does have 3 movies in post-production, but Carl brought up a very good point of he has a buddy cop movie already.
yeah, he already has his Bad Boys, so you wouldn't really place him in here. Denzel Washington.
Anything since that
No.
one.
Yeah, Denzel was one here, a bit old, but again, we were kind of like, he could probably get away with it.
Don Cheadle was another.
Don Cheadle was another one. And then
I think his star power is big enough.
I said Ray Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, based solely on the joke that in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Jake thinks that the film is based on Captain Holt. But we settled on one pick between the 3 of us, and I'm going to have to stick to that pick and give it to Tom with Idris Elba, because that's who we settled on between the 3 of us. So I don't know if Chitwell sways either of the other boys, but it doesn't sway me away from Idris.
No, we decided on Idris. Yeah.
And usually the rules are it takes an awful lot to sway, especially from a casting vote. But when 3 of us put a vote to it,
yeah, no, but if it sways you, you can still change. But it would have to be a big sway, I think.
the only way it would have got me was Will Smith, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so Tom takes that one as well.
Dude.
No, it was surely because that was my outright pick. That was the first name I put down. I didn't even think of the other buddy cop.
Could have been possible.
Fox was another name that I had as a backup.
Jamie Foxx, yeah. I don't know that he has that ability to be that character.
And then I was thinking,
Jamie Foxx is an Oscar winner, lads.
yeah.
Yeah, but not for that type
Well,
of acting.
he has Nicolas Cage syndrome. He has one good movie, and the rest he's just meh in.
No, he was more than that. He was amazing in Ali, lads.
Yeah, but in all of those films, he's very.
What's the one he plays the blind singer?
Ray,
yes,
Yeah,
that's where he won his
That's
Oscar.
when
Yeah.
No,
he was very good in Django.
Yeah.
Django was good, yeah.
No, he is good, but the problem is that he's not that serious, and as you say, like those little freakouts, like his freakouts are a bit more aggressive than Murtaugh's freakouts of like self-denial, like not self-denial, but my family, like you don't really get that from Jamie Foxx, I don't think. But we'll move on to Riggs, the final one. It's back to you, Rob.
Well, my Riggs, I didn't want to put too big a name in there for him, to be honest. So I went with Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Okay. Yeah, good shout. Recently in The Boys.
He is Homelander's dad in The Boys, Greg, if you don't know.
Supernatural.
I just had to look up the name, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know him from Supernatural.
Well, Soldier Boy in The Boys.
Yeah. I still think they missed a beat in that by calling him Soldier Boy and not having Soldier Boy play him, but or at least having that song play all the time every time he walks into a room. But Tom, who'd you go with?
Yeah, it's a tricky one now. I kept changing this one. Like I don't know how many times. I gave my backups. I had a couple of backups. I went with
Denzel.
No. Who do I have? Yeah.
I did think it's
I had Colin Farrell as a backup. I thought a little bit old.
Yeah.
I went a bit younger. I went with Jake Gyllenhaal. Just he's similar age. I saw him in that film, Ambulance. Kind of, he's good at playing kind of crazy characters. Some of those films. He's going to play a lot of kind of crazy kind of guys. So that's what I went with. It's kind of same age. It's about 9-10 years age gap as well. So
yeah.
I did at one stage do a switch on it, and I switched the race for Riggs of Murta at one stage when I was going through it. So like at one stage I had Riggs as Donald Glover as a laugh, and I couldn't pick someone for Murta, and I did put down Brendan Fraser for it because I think he'd freak out phenomenally. But we didn't go with that. We had, as a collective, we chose Sebastian Stan.
I knew you'd go for him. I know they're going to go for him.
It was literally. To be fair, we actually had Anthony Starr, and we made a late change to it.
That him is rigged.
Yeah, and Anthony Starr is rigged.
The King, who isn't on the show tonight, actually pitched that idea to us when I was talking to him earlier. He says you should have Starr as Joshua, and we were like,
the right choice.
Yeah.
Who's Anthony Starr?
Anthony Starr,
Homelander.
Homelander. Boys, yeah.
Yeah, well, he made a good rig too. I did think, I think he actually crossed my mind, and he does have the eye for it, But I just maybe I've been a bit influenced because I've been watching a bit of Supernatural of late, and I just thought Jensen Ackles, he just looked the part.
Jensen Ackles has been quite good.
I like that pick, to be honest.
There was a couple of other names kind of batted around. I put forward Ed Norton, who's just a bit too old, but he plays that kind of, crazy suicidal character quite well. Obviously Fight Club being the best example of that, but probably just a little bit too old.
And he just wants full creative control over everything going forward.
Has to be able to have a good fucking fight with Alexander Skarsgård.
I had one of my backups was Sam Worthington. I thought he could have been good.
Greg loves Sam Worthington
on the show.
Greg
no, I'm Sam Rockwell, lads. Sam Rockwell.
You do love Sam Rockwell, but you love Sam Worthington as well. You use him quite a bit.
Sam Rockwell.
No, he is.
I used to hate him.
Carl, which
because of Avatar and how shit it is.
Yeah, well, Avatar is shit, and I hope this new one fails spectacularly.
But, it's not gone to lads.
It won't, but I hope it does. Carl, which way would you go on this one?
If there's anything that you can trust in Hollywood, is James Cameron brings in money.
I know. Yeah. Which way would you go on this one, Carl?
I've said it before on the show. I'm not the biggest fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. I can see he's a good actor, but I'm just not the biggest Jake Gyllenhaal fan. And I like Jensen Ackles. I think he was really good in The Boys, so I'm going to give my vote there.
Greg?
I've literally only seen him in the 4 episodes that he's in, or 5 episodes that he's in The Boys. Didn't watch Supernatural, so I'm going Gyllenhaal.
You ever watch Supernatural?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why Greg hasn't watched Supernatural. I think he is.
Definitely seems like something I should watch.
He's class.
No, it is. It's very good.
Really is good.
I really liked the pick of Jensen Ackles, but this is one of the few times where I think I have the win set to somebody, and then Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm just thinking of him in films like Donnie Darko, Prisoners, and stuff like that. He is very good at playing that kind of role. I haven't seen him in Ambulance yet, but I'm gonna go with Jake Gyllenhaal there. Really like that as a pick. So we end up there with Tom comes in and he takes the Christmas crown.
So what we'll say now is you'll see Tom back here next year.
Next year to defend in the next Christmas battle. We'll see what film he gets given.
The what?
Christmas movies.
I didn't hear a word that went through there.
It'll be Gremlins or something like that. Probably not a Christmas movie.
It will be. Well, you're the Christmas champion, so it has to be a
Gremlins
Christmas film.
isn't a Christmas movie, lads.
Gremlins is a Christmas film.
Gremlins is in fact the biggest Christmas movie, and it tells you that Santa's not real.
Very, very strange film for everyone to have watched as a child. No, but thank you both for coming on, guys. I know it takes a fair bit of your time to watch the film and then to actually sit down and wreck your own head trying to think of these different picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we torture ourselves with this every week, so I mean, it's
yeah.
This may or may not be Tom's first ever podcast.
I have to listen to Greg every day in work, lads. Fucking.
Oh well, then you win.
Yeah, you have the
You know
tougher
what?
life.
You know what, lads? You
There you
listen
go.
to me every day in work, and then you go and listen to the podcast on the way home. So fair play to him.
You re-
If I'd heard you say Matt LeBlanc, I would.
I mean, I just put a name down, surely because the
worst thing ever.
character's in it for about 30 seconds.
But no, thanks you both for coming on, and happy Christmas to everyone out there. This episode is obviously coming out on Christmas. It has been pre-recorded because it's Christmas and we didn't all meet up on Christmas to sit down and discuss Lethal Weapon. But don't forget to like, share, follow, all that good stuff, and we'll see you again next week. Good luck.